It's Not Mean to Be Green, written by Jamie Kleman, illustrated by Peter Varallo and Rachel Reinsfelder. Read by the author, Jamie Kleman. It's not mean to be green. For Will. I'll never forget the car ride home that started it all. Love, Mom. Dedicated to our growing Earth champion, our niece, Emily, Peter, and Rachel. Michael McDurth was having a normal day. He had finished his snack and gone out to play. He had ridden his bike and kicked his ball and climbed a tree that was straight and tall. Yes, everything seemed to be as it should. Everything was the same, and that was good. Then Michael was called to come in and eat, so he washed his hands and took his seat. It was at the table Michael felt the change, as the conversation became most strange. For just as he reached for his mom's cuisine, Michael's sister announced, "I'm going green." He turned to examine Isabel, worried that she wasn't feeling well. But old Izzy looked fine, at least for her. So Michael blew on his soup and gave it a stir. But before he could lift his spoon for a taste, his mom stood up with her hands on her waist. "Good for you, Izzy. We all should be green." Now what on earth did his mother mean? Michael sat back to ask a question or two, but then his dad began with this green talk too. So Michael scooched in and stared in wonder. What kind of spell was his family under? The green speech lasted all through the night, up until everyone was tucked in tight. And as Michael drifted to sleep in his bed, the strangest dreams played in his head. He tossed and turned in the silver moonlight and wished away green things with all of his might. But as hard as he tried, they kept on appearing, all of the things that he had been fearing. There were vampires and witches with dark green skin, and a Frankenstein monster with a crooked grin. There were bright green dragons that puffed hot smoke, and swirly green gases that made him choke. A monster rose up from a sickly green swamp. Then an alligator chased him, chomp, chomp, chomp. There was a spotted green snake as long as a hose, and a sniffling, runny, giant nose. "Enough!" cried Michael, and he raced from his room. He turned down the hall with a shout and a zoom. He flung himself neatly between his mom and his dad. "I had a nightmare, and boy was it bad. I'm scared for us to all turn green. Everything that color seems to be mean." And as his parents looked into his frightened eyes, they both began to realize that as they had spoken each excited word, Michael didn't understand what he had heard. So they hugged him tight and eased his fears, and their words were music to his ears. Oh, you sweet little Michael McDurth, being green means being kind to this earth. In fact, going green is what we all must do, or our Mother Earth will feel quite blue. And they talked until the morning sunlight peeked through the room, yellow and bright. "Get up," yelled Michael, "let's start this day and get this green thing underway." The McDurths began with a good teeth brushing, with the faucet turned off and no water rushing. They shut off the lights that they were not using and didn't open the fridge till they were done choosing what they needed to take out for a healthy snack. Then they recycled and built a compost out back. Instead of watching TV, they decided to talk. Then it was out to take a cleanup walk. They filled up a trash bag that was gigantic, then headed to the market to buy organic. In reusable bags their groceries they took, to the library to check out a movie and book. The McDurths saw friends from the local school and decided to start a new carpool. They headed home, happy as could be, and took a nap after planting a tree. Michael went to sleep thinking, change is good, especially if we all do what we should. While Michael dozed beneath his favorite tree, he dreamed of friends he was happy to see. Now he understood from somewhere deep within, you can't judge a person or monster by the color of their skin. In fact, these characters that used to give him a scare are the ultimate symbols for being aware. I'm Trevor Evermore, a vampire, that's right. I sleep all day and I'm awake all night. The amazing thing is that I'll live forever, so I have to try my best to be clever and think of ways to help the earth remain. Sustainability is the name of the game. I'm Greenello the Witch, and this is good information. I'm all about different transportation. Now, you might not have a broom to fly, but you probably have a bike or scooter close by. Please consider carpooling or riding a bus. Being green is cool, just take it from us. I'm Finn, the swamp monster, but I'm not mean. Please help me keep the water clean. I love my swamp and all of the mud. I just don't like the junk and crud. Picking up trash is the place to begin. That will really help my beautiful skin. I'm so happy to meet you, Michael. My name is Frank, and I love to recycle. Take a look at me and each spare part. I have bolts in my neck and a plastic heart. Tell everyone at home and your friends at school to reduce and reuse is smart and cool. And I'm Solar. I'm a spaceman from the bright side. I use solar power to fuel my ride. I enjoy meeting new people and giving a hug, and reminding everyone to try and unplug. When he woke up later that afternoon, Michael went outside whistling a tune. Michael was feeling a brand new power as he felt the breeze and smelled each flower. He waved to the squirrels and to every bug, then gave his climbing tree a hug. For that simple moment, the world felt clean, and Michael thought, it's nice to be green. The beginning.